Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the top 10 champions in the HYDRA clan boss, and I'm going to be doing that with my good friend Skratch. So the way I like to do these on my channel is I come up with a top 10 list, and then I have someone else do it blind, and then we can compare where we agree and disagree, and hopefully give you a little bit more perspective than just one person kind of making a list. So that's what we're going to do here, and let's get into it. Alrighty, and now joined by my friend Skratch. How you doing today, man?
Yo, what's up, Chosen? Doing pretty good, buddy. Doing pretty good. Having a busy day, you know? Rolling on it.
Yeah, Skratch and I are both on the Raid Shadow Legends and the Diablo Immortal grind, so staying busy.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That's all I know recently. Busy.
Yeah, you and me both. I thought it'd be fun to talk about the top 10 champions for HYDRA, and the way I like to do it on my channel, I'm sure you're familiar with it, is we both blindly and separately kind of make a list, and the way I'm doing my list is like if I could only pick 10 champions to kind of go after the HYDRA, to have a blend of some support and some damage and some champions here, the ones that I would go with. So I'm trying to kind of make a top 10 for champs to bring into the HYDRA, and then I asked you to do the same, and then we're gonna see how it compares and if we pick the different champions, and then we can talk about the differences and all of that stuff. So my list is already on the screen, but I'm not showing that to you, obviously, because I want to not know what's coming. So go ahead and start us off with number 10, and I'll fill it in as we go.
Number 10. So I'm going to place on number 10 Ugo. That's an epic champion. So she's not used on all rotations, right? We have tons of different rotations with HYDRA. A lot of champions come in and go out, but the whole idea is their uniqueness, what they're bringing to the team, you know? So kind of like I try to measure them on such a scale that, okay, this champion brings 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things to my team, rather than the other one, which is a very strong champion as well, but it only brings 4 things to my team. So Ugo brings us defense down, block buffs, even a cleanse as well. Tons of things happening with Ugo, you know. So that's why I feel like she's definitely a very solid champion for HYDRA, especially when you have the head of Blight in the mix, you know.
Yeah, there's not a lot of like the consistent AoE block buffs, and it's just so crucial. So yeah, Ugo is definitely up there on mine as well. But I'm not gonna spoil mine. I'll give you mine here in a little bit. But anyway, go with number 9.
Number 9. So I'm gonna put Lady Kim in number 9. She's pretty solid, right? You have decreased speed, you have decreased accuracy, which is huge, especially for the head of Mischief trying to steal your buffs constantly. But then if you have, for example, the head of Suffering in the rotation, he's gonna land all the buffs, ally protection on the entire crew there. He's gonna put on himself a reflect damage buff. So that allows you to, with Lady Kimi, to put block buffs on the entire heads there, you know, because you're gonna remove their buffs. That's what makes her pretty solid. Of course, you're gonna have increased speed, you're gonna have increased accuracy, increased star meter. She just does so much, but she's not necessarily a must in any of the teams. That's why I'm ranking her so not high, so low, let's just say, on the board, you know, because we're going the other way around. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll get into my thoughts after we've got both of our lists done. So walk us through number 8.
Number 8, I'm gonna have to put Shamael in there. Inquisitor Shamael. He's a very unique champion, and he's kind of busted, right? Broken. In my opinion, I've never expected him to actually work the way he does by only boosting the thermometer on the lead whenever the fear gets procced. That allows us to create kind of weird teams. I'm running one team with him at the moment for this rotation, and it's just macking, right? Like it's a very solid thing. You just boost the leader constantly. You're overlapping the HYDRA head, especially if you're pairing him with Lydia in the same team, you know. Very, very solid. So it's a good combo. And he's a one of a kind, you know, to deal with the head of Torment.
Okay. And that brings us to number 7.
Number 7. So here I have 2 of them, unfortunately for you, because I feel like they're almost equal.
Skratch, we're not doing this again. You got to give me one for each spot. We go 10 to 1.
I cannot. I'm sorry. They're gonna get upset on me. Royal Guard and Husk. They're kind of like my brothers. You know, they're equal in my eyes. Of course, a bit. Husk now got a bit of a buff with a provoke on the A1 for the head of us, the decay. But they're very solid, both of them as damage dealers. You know, enemy max HP is the way to go.
All right. I'll allow it. This is the only time though. The next 6 better be
That's
one
fine.
champion. Okay, no, what's number 6?
Number 6, Geomancer. So I kind of have a saying: don't leave out of your house to do Hydra without Geomancer. You know, because he's that good. It allows you to steal the buffs from the heads, even when they have the Toxic Cloud, even if you weak hit, which is very solid. You're going to be able to land HP burn on the head of Mischief, regardless if you can target him or no with Hex or no. That makes him very, very solid, and it should definitely stay like that. Plarium, don't get any ideas. You have the decreased accuracy AoE on the A1, which can ramp up decent damage. And then it's his passive that just melts, right? And the HP burn on a 3-turn cooldown. If you put him in the lead with the increased Shamael on a rotation like this, you're just going to destroy, you know?
Cool. All right, now we're into Skratch's top 5.
Top 5. So I'm going to land Sifi on top 5. She goes pretty good with specific champions. She's a very solid champion because you have all those buffs from her. You have the Thermitter, you have the Revive, you have a bit of heal as well. So she's definitely a solid champion to combo with other champions that I'm gonna name in a second, plus some of them that I already named, you know. I'm usually running Sifi with Shamael, right, and with Geomancer, instead of running like a Duchess. If I would run a Duchess, I wouldn't have a Shamael in there, you know.
Yeah,
depending by the rotation.
You can get some weird synergies. All right, number 4.
Yeah. Number 4, we have Tuhanarak. I don't own her. Maybe I'm gonna get her from my 9 shards later on, but she's a very solid champion, right? You have block buffs, decreased speed, tons of healing, increased speed, increased defense. You have the cleanse from the passive, continuous heal. A very, very solid champion.
Okay,
and the decreased attack. I'm not even sure if I mentioned that because she has so much stuff in her kit.
It's tough because I want to insert my opinion, but I'll wait. When you finish with number 1, I'll send you both of our charts so you can see how they compare, and then we'll talk about my thoughts as well. But yeah, okay. Number 3,
Lydia. You have a defense down, weaken, increased speed, strengthen, block buffs on the A3, which is very, very solid. Void affinity, and a counter attacks on fear. So sometimes, depending on what team you're running, like if I'm running her with Duchess, I'm like, damn, why you have to counterattack every time, you know? I wish I could switch this off. But then when I'm running her with Shamael, I'm like, yes, counterattack more, please.
Yeah.
Because that's going to give even more Thermitter on my lead, you know?
Yeah. And number 2?
Duchess. Definitely, in my opinion, she's the best reviver in the entire game, right? Like, she has so much stuff in her kit. I'm only using her as lead. You have the increased speed, which is a huge help for your team. You have a block buffs, perfect veil, damage reduction, healing, revive. I hate the A1 because she's always messing up the shield on random champions, depending on which one is the lowest HP, and that can mess up your entire mojo with the Head of Mischief, you know.
Can I guess who your number 1 is?
Yeah, that's Skratch.
I think your number 1 is gonna be Krisk.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, you gotta put him in there.
I'm just a genius, aren't I?
I know, right? Now, before Hydra got released, I thought that Krisk will be decent at Hydra, okay? And if I'm going to talk with any of the endgame players that will admit it and will not be like, yeah, I knew he was going to be the best because I'm so good at the game. Everybody was like, oh, man, I underestimated Krisk so much for Hydra. I swear, every person said it. Like, nobody expected to be so good there, you know?
Not me. Not me. I actually did say I thought Krisk was going to be cracked versus Hydra from day 1. But probably because I don't have him. So I'm sitting here like, gosh, I wish I had a Krisk. So the way it tend to works is like if you don't have a champion, you kind of overvalue them. Like, oh, my account would be so much better if I had so-and-so, you know?
But yeah, it's just having that passive, always being able to land a decreased attack, decreased defense. Then you have the decreased speed, increased speed. You're easily controlling the Head of Mischief with him, you know, and it's just very solid.
Okay, well now let me pause for a little bit, and I'm gonna get you the list here, and then we can kind of wrap up our final thoughts here. 1 second. Alrighty, and now I am back. Skratch is live reacting to our comparison here. So what do you think?
You have Duchess Chris Duchess, Lydia, Sifi to Hanorak, Lady Kimi Sifi. So you place the Lady Kimi higher a bit. To Hanorak, Geomancer, Shamel, Mitrala, Kaimar. Yeah, that's not bad. Like, Kaimar is solid too, but I feel like I used Kaimar a lot in the first month, maybe even in the second one in the first couple of weeks. I dropped him after because I found better comps without Kaimar. Kaimar enables you to do more damage if needed, but not as easy. You know, you might have more RNG involved with him in there. He's still a very solid champion though. He's definitely in top 15 in my opinion. And Mitrala, I'm not gonna lie, she's solid. I thought that I'm gonna rock her in a HYDRA. I've never tried her in HYDRA yet because I've been so busy. I just didn't have the chance. So I'm gonna put it out there. She's gonna be solid. I don't think I'm gonna change my top 10 by a lot with it because she does bring buffs and stuff, you know. But I feel like she's not gonna help my team that much to synergize better, you know, than the rest of the champions that I already dropped on there, you know.
Yep. And like, so I think we had 8 out of 10 the same, which is pretty impressive. I think the only difference was I had Kaimar and Mithrala, and then you had RG and Husk. And I think, and you had Ugo. So yeah, and the way that would work is like if we did top 15, I would have had like my next 3 would have been Ugo, Husk, RG. Like they would have been 11, 12, 13. So like I think we're on the same page right there. I think Mithrala is a little bit underrated just in general. I think she's insane, and I think Kaimar can enable you to like one shot like hard difficulty. Like you set up a rotation, blast it, reset, blast it.
Yeah, so like you can definitely do that. The way I'm kind of thinking about it is like, okay, I have most of the champions available on my account, right? So I have unlimited options. I can pick whatever team I want and try and do it. But then I'm thinking, which team gives me the less RNG? Which team enables me to do HYDRA in one run and forget about it, you know? So I'm kind of like placing them which champions I would use the most out of everything that I have, and which champions I use so far the most during the last 5 months or so since we have HYDRA.
Okay, cool. Well, no, just a fun, quick top 10 here, and I think I'm surprised how alike we thought. Like I put Duchess at number 1 just because having that revive is so amazing. But you can, I mean, we're basically splitting hairs like the top 7. I mean, we had the same champions. It's just that's pretty. I think we had the same top 5, or no? You had Lady Kimmy a little bit lower, but yeah, mostly. Yeah, mostly the same.
I haven't used her in a long time either, you know.
Yeah,
that's why.
I'm lucky enough to have 2 Lady Kimmys. But so another quick question for any of these champions that are like top 5, would you have build 3 of them, or would you like empower? Like for a Duchess, you'd probably build like 3 of them. Sifi, Krisk.
So I have 2 Krisks, and that are enough. The whole idea, I'm going, okay, I have 2 Krisks, 1 Nightmare, 1 Brutal. Then I had 3 Duchesses. I empowered 1, and I kept 1 for PvE, 1 only for Arena. Now, depending on what rotation I have, sometimes I have to use both of the Duchesses, so I have to swap gear every week on one of them, you know? But I'm doing it in such a way, like, for example, tomorrow is Arena Reset. I'm going to build my Arena champion, and I'm going to wait till the next reset, and after I'm going to do the HYDRA, so then I have the build for 2 weeks. So I don't constantly change it, you know. I'm planning it like that. But because I'm using Sifi on this rotation on 1 difficulty, I do have 2 Sifis as well, which enables me to run the same team, except changing Lydia with a Tomb Lord or a Venus for a Brutal, you know. And then on hard, I just go with Tranda and obliterate them, you know.
Yeah. Okay, well, I know we've got a lot to get to, so I won't keep you forever, but thanks for stopping by. And is there anything you wanted?
Pleasure as always, man.
Yeah, is there anything you wanted to say on the way out? Did you want to plug anything or let people know what you're up to or anything? Or
absolutely, guys. The Hype Train, Aftershock United, Diablo Immortal. Link in the description down below. Head over right there. Even if you're not interested in Diablo Immortal, we're doing everything. We're doing Raid and many other games in the future. So make sure you guys stay tuned for it.
Yeah. We're trying to make sure we absolutely knock out of the park the Diablo Immortal for the next, few weeks. But yeah, we definitely want to branch out into raid and keep it rolling as just a fun community. So, all right, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for joining me, and thanks for the insight on HYDRA.
Peace.
Alrighty, huge shout out to my good friend Skratch for joining me. I'll link to his channel and the other stuff that he was talking about below in the vid description and all that good stuff. But yeah, that was a lot of fun, and we ended up probably agreeing a little bit more than I thought we would. So that was a lot of fun hanging out with Skratch, and I hope you enjoyed. As always, thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.